Yeah,
And
we
then,
need to make sure that everyone gets this hot Gumby chat.
Yeah, we need a really, the Gumby retrospective here.
Gonna be that soon.
I mean,
imagine if
where are we on like a Gumby like resurrection? Like, I could see a Gumby movie working in the same way the Lego movie worked. Like there's creativity to be had in a claymation world.
But the question is, will Chris Pratt voice Gumby or Pokey?
Hopefully neither. Chris Pratt can go fuck himself.
I'm just trying to imagine, like, can you imagine
We've moved on.
your big passion project is Gumby?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you were the creator of it,
eh.
then yeah, that's going to be your passion project.
All right. So who here is ready to start the show?
I don't know. I kind of want to keep talking about Gumby.
Lucky for you, I brought Gumby 64.
Hold on. The best thing from the Wikipedia, Gumby the movie (parentheses) also referred to it as its on-screen title, Gumby 1.
That is
Nice.
Presumptuous.
yeah.
It's like Doug's first movie, Gumby's only movie.
Yeah, right?
Fucking Gumby.
I forget. Doug's first movie came after the Disney revival, right?
It was a Disney movie, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It wasn't a revival. They just sold Doug, like, it hadn't gone anywhere. They just Nickelodeon sold it to Disney. So it sucked after that, though. I changed the length of Doug's sleeves, and I could never get back into it.
I just remember it being very weird because in the Nickelodeon seasons, there was Skunky Beaumont, I think was the name, where like everyone always referred to him, but you never saw him. And then in the Disney version, he became a character. Like, wait, no.
Oh, that's disappointing. Shit, yeah, because I just realized I thought you were talking about Chalky Studebaker. But, yeah. Nope, forgot about Skunky Beaumont. The never seen and should
It's like,
never
you're
have
not
been
supposed to actually be a character. You're supposed to be a myth.
Yeah, they ran out of ideas. That's too bad. Doug. I've realized recently I have weird hang-ups on animated movies and animated stuff. Like just not preferring the design of Doug characters once they were on Disney. Or I was watching The Croods with my son. I hate that movie. Mostly because Nicolas Cage isn't a good voice actor. I don't like it. You guys watch The Croods?
No, but I wanted to.
I figured Jesse would have watched. He's got a young daughter. But nope. Caveman movie. Nicolas Cage is caveman. It's bad.
All right, well, you guys ready for a countdown?
Oh, yeah,
Ready to
it
start
is
the
Emma
show?
Stone. Okay. Yes, I'm ready.
Yes.
Jesse?
Oh yeah.
All right. Let's see here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to Game That Tune.
Yeah, what is going on, everybody? It's Game That Tune back in the house once again. It's your boy John Harrington here. We've got John Regan with us. Say hey.
Hey.
We've got Jesse Moore. Say hey.
Hey.
And we've got David Fleming. Say hey.
Hey.
Hell yeah, guys. Welcome back. Game That Tune in the house for episode 262. Just a fantastic episode we got coming up for you guys here on Game That Tune. If you're just joining us here, what we're going to do is listen to some video game tunes. We've each brought 3 songs from a game. We're going to try and guess each other's games based on the songs with a little bit of trivia. We goof off. We have a lot of fun. The winner at the end of the night picks the theme for the next episode and plays some bonus tunes. And our winner last week was Jesse. And Jesse was contractually obligated to select tonight's theme. So Jesse, unfurl the bylaws and explain what we're doing.
We're doing a redo episode because we missed the numerical episode that we should have done it because was it every 26 episodes?
Yes.
And August Absurdity Finals happened to precede that, and which rightly so.
Yeah,
But-
I mean, August Absurdity Finals, I think, should supersede redo obligation. Though, once we realized that we had fucked that up, I realized how easy it would have made it on Johnny if we did an August Absurdity Final where all the games were previously used on the show. That really would have opened things up for Johnny and for us. But
That's true.
we're doing it now. So the theme for tonight is episode 260, our 9th redo episode. Here on Game That Tune. So all games that we previously used on the show, maybe we got some fresh takes, maybe we just want to vibe with the tunes. Who knows? Who knows why we do what we do on this show? But I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, why did you guys pick your games?
It's a mystery.
I'm excited to talk about my game.
Same.
Yep.
Yeah, real straightforward.
Can hear the excitement. We're ready. I think there's really no need to dilly dally. There's no need to really discuss it. It's all there in the preamble. Let's just hop right into those tunes, Johnny. Let's do it.
Game 1.
Yeah.
Let's see. So the hint for this one is this colorful entry in the series just had a redo of its own. All right, who's got some answers? Looks like Dave's ready. Just everybody's ready. Everybody says Sonic Colors, and everybody is correct.
I was going to ask, should we be guessing the game or the title of the remaster that just came out, or?
I would have taken either.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So this is Sonic Colors, originally released for the Wii, just recently re-released for Switch and PC and other things. I'm not sure what else it came out on. And apparently this, the re-release, Sonic Colors Ultimate, is having a pretty rough time.
Mm-hmm.
See, is it though?
Well,
Yes.
it's such a rough time. I saw a wrestling sign that said "Fix Sonic Colors."
Yep, and wrestling fans are nothing if not savvy to video game things.
Well, because the only reason I ask is because I was reading an article saying that like a lot of those glitch videos were from the pre-release version, and like the actual released copy, those glitches aren't there.
I hope not. It's way, way, way too big of a game to be that fucked up.
Yeah.
Like I was talking with Johnny in the radio chat about this, and I was like, I think all those those glitches are probably in some kind of like pre-release type thing. I don't know, if they gave out like beta copies to people because it's Sega. And Johnny was like, yeah, does pre-release imply unfinished? I'm like, I don't think so in this case because it's fucking Sega. These things shouldn't be happening. Some trippy fucking glitches though, man. It's really cool.
Yeah, but what I have heard is some of the videos that are going around of the glitches are from people using Switch emulators, not actual Switch hardware. So it remains to be seen what exactly
those people.
Yeah, but apparently real Switch owners are reporting that there's issues.
Oh,
well,
So-
that makes me sad because Sonic Colors was awesome.
was it, David, or were you just tripping balls?
No, it was awesome.
Based on these glitches, man. It's
It can be
the game's
both.
the game's
I
presuming to
was
trip
talking
balls
about the
for you.
original, like Wii version. Like,
Yeah.
this game was really good. I would like to see it back, not shitty.
I don't know, man. I think it'd be kind of fun to play through a fully glitched version of it. Like all the shit I was seeing was just turning Sonic literally into various colors. It was turning him into like abstract shapes. You know, like he'd be running and then all of a sudden his whole body would turn into like noodles in the shape of a shark.
That
Like,
sounds amazing.
yeah, no, it's wild shit, man. Like it's a trip, man.
It
And I
turns
think,
out-
I think it improves the game, quite frankly. Sonic's fine, but like Sonic on some
It's just
real
like-
trippy shit.
Sonic as seen through Hunter S. Thompson.
Hmm
I think
I'm
Sega
just
saw
really-
the Sonic Dream Collection and said, you know what, we got to integrate that.
Oh my
into a
god.
game."
That game was fun.
I'm just really confused. Like, how would that even work? Because it's a 3D game, so like they have a model of Sonic. Do they
Yeah.
just have like model of noodle arm shark Sonic somewhere? And they're like, no,
Yeah.
no, don't delete it. We'll just code it so it doesn't appear.
That's
Like-
literally my question watching these videos. It's like, okay, this is the most fucked up I've ever seen something. Like I'm used to like NES glitches where like, yeah, it makes sense for like, little Unicode characters and things to appear on screen on the NES. But like, no, in a full 3D modern game, like, yeah, why did Sonic's body explode and then turn into like rainbows of lasers and shit? Like, what happened in the making of this game? Like, how hard is it to make Sonic? It's Sonic. He's been a 3D character for 20 years. Like, I don't get how it does this.
Over those past 20 years, he's had a pretty rough transition to 3D.
Yeah, they've had to. He's actually like this Shumagorath like mass that they had to compress into a Sonic the Hedgehog shape, and that's really the challenge of coding Sonic games is, keeping all that just chaos.
Deciphering the Elder Gods.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta keep that Elder God chaos body all contained in a humanoid hedgehog shape. That's the real challenge of making these games, man. That's why Sonic Heroes and the other 3D Sonic games were lacking. He was starting to break out. But yeah, now the game looks fucking wild. I would like to see it get fixed because I never played Sonic Colors and I would like to. So like if they fix
was
this and release it for $20-ish bucks, I might actually think about it.
I think I might buy it anyways for PC because I never played it either.
You owe it to Sonic, Johnny.
Yeah, I owe them. I owe them everything.
You claim them a lot, and you haven't bought their games in a long, long time.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Mhm.
I really don't understand why people were using Switch emulators to play the game, because if you have a PC that can emulate a Switch, you probably have a PC that can emulate a Wii. And there's like the Switch emulators are still very buggy, but the Wii emulators like Dolphin are fucking amazing. So like, why wouldn't you just go emulate the Wii version with Dolphin?
Well, they want the new version. They want the ultimate version.
Is it what?
It's
Like,
The one,
so
with,
what?
the one with all the wacky glitches. The one where
It's
Sonic
fair
turns into a dolphin. Why play on Dolphin when you can play a fucked up version in which Sonic's body turns into a dolphin?
I mean, they want the ultimate version that's like HD because you can't upscale the graphics in an emulator.
No.
Like, come on.
Simply impossible. Can't be done.
And certainly not with Dolphin.
No, famously not. Famously locked to one resolution. No, Johnny, actually, that does raise a good point because I was like, what are you driving at, Johnny? You saying like if they have a computer with a Switch emulator, they should just buy the PC version? No, Johnny, piracy is the point here. They want to fucking steal the game, but then it's like, oh, right.
So
the
just-
game that came out 10 years ago.
Yeah,
that.
just go pirate the Wii version.
Yeah, good idea.
It's a lot
It's-
easier.
It's a good idea. It probably runs better, and it's probably a lot less likely to get Nintendo to fucking sue your ass. Like if you play an emulated version of a Wii game nowadays, I don't think they'll care. But man, they don't want you emulating their Switch games. They've proven that time and time again. Like they'll shut your ass down. So
Man, if you want to pirate comfortably, you really got to go for those Virtual Boy and Wii U titles. Like, you are safe.
God, yeah, you gotta choose just Nintendo's forgotten children. You gotta get the things from like the Game Boy Advance e-reader. That's what you really want to be emulating.
Gotta emulate the Philips CDI.
But even the e-reader was just like NES games. So
Right.
you're going to like pirate Balloon Fight via the e-reader.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
You got to pirate that reader, then read the card, and
Yeah,
but you read a pirated version of the card.
You gotta hook your emulator up to your scanner, okay, and then you gotta scan each card in.
Oh God, yep. So, Johnny, you have not yet played Sonic Colors.
I still have not played Sonic Colors. Have any of you guys played Sonic Colors?
David hasn't. Let's move on.
I mean, are we talking Sonic Colors Ultimate or Sonic Colors?
Sonic Colors.
Okay. See, I'm still confused about which version of this game we're talking about.
Talk about whatever you like, David. It's a redo.
The one that
episode.
works.
We're playing it pretty fast and loose.
I don't think they changed the soundtrack for the re-release, right? I'm pretty sure it's the same soundtrack.
God, that should be a subtitle for a Sonic game, Fast and Loose.
Ooh.
Oh, I thought you were going to say original soundtrack.
Sonic Fast and Loose would be pretty good. That would explain why his body keeps exploding.
Yeah.
I mean, he eats a lot of chili dogs. That would loosen
Yes.
you up.
Mm-hmm. Sonic and the BBP. You figure out what that means. David, tell us about Sonic Colors.
Sonic and
no.
Crohn's disease.
Oh, no.
Sonic and the explosive diarrhea.
Hey, do you remember
Anyways.
those jokes where you'd say like a little song when you're going up a no.
You're
no,
going up a
Sonic,
ladder and you feel something splatter. Sonic Colors.
Sonic
Sonic
Colors.
Colors.
sadly, there is no brown wisp in this game. But there are various colored wisps that you get.
Okay, well, that's a little racist. If there's all these different colored wisps and there's no brown wisp, David.
Oh, I'm
jeez,
out.
Man. Who wrote this?
More like Sonic Colors.
Oh, no.
So you
Game
play as Sonic.
2.
Yes.
What? They are playing Fast and Loose.
All right. Let's see here. I just had it. Crap. Okay. So both of the games in this series received M for mature ratings in the United States, despite having precisely one bloody scene each between the two of them. There's no profanity and no sexual content. When the HD collection came out in the US, the version of the sequel did get a lower rating of a T. All right, gentlemen, let's see your guesses or answers.
Oh, it's a guess.
And okay, so Johnny says Wise 8. That's incorrect. We haven't used that on the show yet. David, Catherine, incorrect. And John with the correct answer, Zone of the Enders. Yeah, this is Zone of the Enders for the PlayStation 2. I think it was episode 123 that we used this. So it's been a while. And it recently, the HD collection became available on Game Pass. Surprise.
Ooh.
And so
I
I
had no idea.
dipped into it a little bit, just thinking about, Konami and God. Like, whenever you had Snake on the show for August Absurdity, I just was thinking about Konami, and God, I'm thinking about the Ninja Turtles game coming out, and I've just been thinking about Konami games, and it's like, man, I miss Konami,
Yeah.
Like, I know that they still publish stuff occasionally, but it's not the same. It's not Konami. Like,
Right. Yeah. Do they really though?
They make
It's not
some,
Konami. It's not even Ultra.
yeah.
They make some pretty good like horse betting things for casinos. I've played some of those,
Yes. Thank God.
and some
Their
pretty
pachinko
good,
game is on point.
some pretty sweet slot machines.
Yeah. That's where they decided their money is. Slot machines, pachinko shit. Fucking casino games. And I mean, whatever. If that's where their money's at, that's great. I'm still mad at them for that fucking Metal Gear Solid 3 patchy slot machine. I've been furious about that motherfucker for years. They rendered the finest, most beautiful HD Metal Gear Solid 3 cutscenes, and then put them in that fucking slot machine and nowhere else. No HD remake. No. Slot machine. Anyway, yeah, man, I miss Konami being a like gaming powerhouse too. Like I probably still make like fucking DDR and Beatmania and shit for arcades, but like, what happened to the days of being excited for a Konami release? Who's making Castlevania these days?
I was just about to say, like, it's funny
don't
that
think
you
we
talk about Konami and like missing them, because I recently picked up Bloodstain because it was on sale on the Switch, and playing that was like, oh yeah, these games were great. Why did
Right?
Konami stop making these?
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know, David. I
That's
wish I
weird.
did. And don't they now own the rights to like Bomberman? They're still publishing like something. Like they made Bomberman R Online. That came out not too
Yeah,
long
they-
ago, right?
Yeah.
Bought out Hudson, and
So
then
it's
like outside of Bomberman, haven't done anything with it. Like, I would like a new Adventure Island game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd just like to know that Konami still wants to make video games. I mean, fucking A. Like, I'm looking at their list of like releases now, and yeah, they released 6 things in 2020, and I can't click on any of them on Wikipedia. They have no links. 1 DDR, 1 Beatmania, and then some crap. These aren't real things. Baseball Collection Season 2020. What's that? A Japanese baseball garbage man simulator? Come on.
It's probably exactly
Probably.
what it is.
Quiz Magic Academy, Mahjong Fight Club, Buso Shinki Armored Princess Battle Conductor. Okay, that sounds pretty dope. They should.
How the
totally
fuck do you
release
have a
that.
Mahjong Fight Club? Like, that would be like
Mahjong is
having like
cutthroat.
Yeah, I like to see it.
Monopoly MMA. Is like, what? How do you make like a fight club out of a board game?
Okay, I'm also into whatever Monopoly MMA turns out to be. That sounds great.
Yeah, I don't know
Would that
how.
be-
You guys both land on Park Place and have to just
MMA?
fight each other.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it, but whoever figures that out is gonna make a lot of money. Because I will absolutely watch that. I've never bought a pay-per-view in my life, but if they do like a Monopoly MMA, I will buy that pay-per-view in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Monopoly inspires that kind of rage in people. So yeah,
What
might
if
as well
it's
throw
just
it in the
like-
cage?
What if it's just like Conor McGregor and like Brock Lesnar and Ken Shamrock and that spider guy, and they're just like playing Monopoly, and that's it?
I mean, as long as somebody eventually throws a punch, it's fun.
No, they're just gonna play Monopoly
play Monopoly.
the whole entire game. They're very civil about it. There's a little intermission so they can use the bathroom and stuff, but otherwise, it's just them playing Monopoly.
I mean, honestly, that could be kind of cool. Like, what was that game that came out for computers where it was like cartoon characters just playing poker against each other? Like it was like Poker Night.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
that game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get some famous MMA guys hanging out playing Monopoly against each other and just kind of chit chatting. Somebody would be into it, not me. I don't fucking like MMA, but
I would just, I what I imagine is you got your MMA mat, and they're playing just a regular board game of Monopoly, but it's inside a steel cage, and
Yes.
and it's all going fine. But then suddenly, Conor McGregor drops in and shouts "house rules" and implements like all these new crazy house rules that involve fighting, and that's how you do it.
Honestly, if anybody was going to ruin Monopoly with like wacky house rules, it would totally be Conor McGregor without question.
Oh, I'm so glad I
Yep.
got the name right. That he's a real fighter. Woo!
My question is, Johnny, why would he drop in? He's not Spider-Man.
Yeah, I thought he was playing originally. Like,
No,
Yeah,
no, no,
he's
no.
like,
He
does he
shows
leave
up
Leave
like
Raw.
he shows up like halfway through, like wrestling style, right? He shows up as a surprise kind of situation. He's not there.
That
at the
doesn't really
beginning.
happen in UFC, John. They don't do run-ins.
No,
Yeah.
no.
He
It's
drops
more
in,
of a
but he's
three-round
dressed
fight.
up as rich Uncle Pennybags. It's like, all right, bitches, these are my rules now.
rich Uncle Connor Bags shows up. It's free fucking parking. But yeah. So anyway, no, that's not Zone of the Enders at all. All that just out of loving Konami, guys.
no.
Bring it back. Bring back
It's
Konami.
great.
They brought back Zone of the Enders in an HD collection on Game Pass. Jesse, tell us about that. What is this game again?
So
Fighting
Zone-
robots?
yeah, it's giant robots. It's mecha, and it plays like
Can you put
I've
mecha
always-
in quotes for our video listeners? It's giant robots or mecha.
mecha.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
And so you fly around in this mecha called a Jehudi, which is kind of a weird name already.
I'm into it.
Jehudi and the Blowfish. You
Yes,
know, make
the,
your
the jokes just write themselves.
I just imagine that's like the jalopy of mechas.
Yeah. No, it's
I'm into
actually a
that.
pretty badass mecha. And it plays like you would want like a mecha game to play. Like it's real like fast, like you're flying around. You got your like laser sword that you're swinging around. You're shooting lasers to like people that are far away and stuff. So it's like nonstop action, just like zooming around, slashing and shooting. Like it feels very like anime and mecha game. And basically you're trying to get your mecha from Jupiter to Mars. And
Oh,
so you're
okay.
trying to get your ass to Mars, which is really
From
good.
Jupiter.
Yeah, from Jupiter.
Yeah,
And,
the classic relatable story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing that I always found strange, but I guess appropriate for this show, is the Jehudi. The cockpit is literally like this like jutting area that comes out where the crotch is of the giant robot. So it's
Oh.
literally a cockpit. Like it looks like a big old fucking dick on this robot. And that's
I'm
where
into
the cockpit is. So you like get in the dick to fly it. And,
I mean, honestly, that kind of makes sense. Really, like, don't get me wrong. I love giant robots and shit, but like, doesn't it like make sense that you would get in at a low point on the bot? Like,
Yeah.
Pacific Rim was cool. They were all up in the head and swinging their arms around and controlling the robot. But like, doesn't make sense that you would actually just kind of enter it like the most convenient place, like a little staircase, step ladder comes out of the fucking crotch and you just climb right in. Like,
I feel like it makes sense to be near the center of gravity, right? Because
yeah,
when,
exactly.
when you're fighting in the head, you're gonna get tossed around a lot. Like there's a lot
Yeah.
more
Mhm.
room. But if you're in the crotch, like that head can get knocked around all at once. That crotch isn't moving a whole lot. You're not gonna get sick
Yeah.
and throw up in the middle of like the robot fight.
Mhm.
Well, that and also like if you're in the head, you're kind of exposed, like because it's just right there. There's nothing around it. But if you're in the crotch, you have like the belly, the thighs, like all that extra area around you, so it kind of guards you.
Yeah.
Like-
See,
like-
and that's the thing. I would think you would want to be down in the crotch because, like, maybe it's just the gamer in me, but like, you aim for the head. If you're trying to fight something, shoot it, whatever. You're trying to knock its head off, blow its head off, do something. You're not really thinking crotch when there's a giant robot in front of you at all.
You're-
So, like,
John, you're not thinking crotch when there's a giant robot
Yeah.
in front of you.
I don't know
Speak for
what.
yourself.
say you're not thinking about destroying the giant robot's crotch. Yeah.
Again, speak for yourself.
Yeah. Now in
mean-
like Gundam, they're in like the chest area is where they
Okay.
pilot them, which seems
See?
like a pretty fair area.
Right. I'm just saying, and also it presents the very funny opportunity to, like, I don't know, open up the crotch of the Jehudi and like stick your head out and taunt the other characters. Like, just imagine you're in a giant robot fight. Then the robot's dick starts talking shit to you. Like, come on, let's see it.
Look at my dick.
Yeah. Hey, down here, dum dum.
Yeah. Dum dum.
Are you fighting the Great Gazoo in a giant mech?
I love the idea.
You're the only character that's ever said dum dum. I feel
Why
like
does he keep coming back?
yeah.
That's what I kept saying when I watched the
Dumbo.
Flintstones.
I love the idea of like using like a mech with its giant laser sword, just slicing another mech's head off and then doing like a triumphant pose. And then all of a sudden the dick springs out like, guess again, motherfucker.
See, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, you think you've beaten the robot because you cut its head off, but then like a human's head pops out of the dick and it's like, hey, try again. Just goes back in. There's got to be a dick hole on that thing. It's got to be a dick with a hole that is just big enough for a head to pop out of and mock somebody. It's like the Star Wars thing. That's the only exposed part of that robot is there's that dick hole that the human's head can pop out of to mock you. And if you launch a missile right up that dick hole,
yeah, he's real fucked.
Really blows up the whole Jehudi.
I mean, that's one sure way to take me down is to put a missile up my dick hole. Like, I'm out.
I mean, it's sound logic, guys.
Sound logic, you say, as you sound the robot.
Oh,
that's why I said it, John. I know what I said.
Yeah, Zone of the Enders 2 has Vic Viper in it.
Oh, that's cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. So
you pilot it from the dick?
I'm not
Viper?
sure how you pilot that one, Dick Viper. Yeah, I hope so.
Dick diaper?
Aren't all the robots?
Dick Diaper.
Doesn't it do that thing where it's a sci-fi game, but like it ties into ancient mythology? Like all of the robots are old gods or something.
Yeah, one of them you fight a lot is Anubis, and that's an Egyptian god. So yeah, they're all like named after like gods and stuff.
I always appreciate that when it's like, hey, here's a giant mech thing, but we're gonna tie it into like Norse mythology or Egyptian mythology or whatnot.
Mm-hmm. I think they just do that to give all of us hope that maybe that's what the pyramids are kind of building towards. Like,
oh man, Mecca. That's what Egyptians were trying to do is build Mecca.
That's the thing. Yeah, they all turn and face Mecca, and
that Mecca. Oh shit!
And they're worshiping the ancient giant robot gods that live there. It sounds awesome.
Jehudi is a few letters off of Jerusalem.
Oh,
a few,
not Jesus. Yeah.
Jesse, I generally classify a few as like 3 or under. What do you classify a few as? I feel like we have very different definitions of a few.
It depends on the time of day.
Jehudi, Jehovah.
Oh, there you go. See, that's the real twist.
Jehovah, Jay-Z.
Jehudi.
Jay-Z secretly is piloting a mecha.
He's got 99 problems, but a cockpit ain't one.
Oh man.
I like the idea that we've basically just turned this game into being about like robot Christ fucking up all other gods.
Fuck yeah, that sounds really good.
Yeah,
is that not what this is? It should be.
That sounds awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's that commandment? There's no other god but me. You should listen, motherfucker.
There's a reason there's no other god but me, baby. I cut all their dicks off. Anyway, Jesse, anything else? Did we get anywhere near Zone of the Enders on this?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean,
like
the first one's a
nailed it.
fairly short game, so we can have a short description.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I saw people speedrunning this game in like 31 minutes. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Damn.
A lot of glitches.
No, just, skipping the cutscenes. Like, it was a fairly short game. I remember beating it in like 4 hours back in the day. And I was like, that was kind of short, So I guess I'll play Metal Gear Solid 2 demo some more.
Yeah.
There's some crazy ass glitches, like a part where your mech just gets noodle arms and turns into a dolphin.
Yeah.
God, can you imagine? Oh, I'd love it. Yeah, those are the kind of the glitches the speedrunning community is really after. It's just the characters randomly exploding in dolphin shapes. That's really gonna cut those times. Cool, man. Fucking great game. Yeah, Konami, come back home. We miss you guys. We don't really like slot machines here in America.
Yeah.
We want you to make video games again.
Finish buying your cigarettes and come home.
Yeah. God.
I was gonna say they went out for a pachinko machine and never came back.
Said he was going out to get scratchers. I saw that new Patchy slot machine. I knew he was never coming home.
Game 3.
Okay, guys. So, despite this game not being made by Capcom, it was actually given the Street Fighter re-release treatment with revised versions subtitled SP, SPSDX, 2006 Coast to Coast, SP a second time, and finally, Online Arcade. How's everybody feeling?
Good.
I'm feeling pretty good.
Should be feeling good. Jesse says Outrun, but David and Johnny say Outrun 2. They are much more correct than Jesse is. Oh yeah, Outrun 2. See, the key to this one, Jesse, is that this doesn't sound like music from 1986. At least not in instrumentation. Perhaps in composition, but
time is a construct.
Indeed.
Time is a flat circle.
Damn, David, are you watching True Detective now?
Sure. I'll go with that.
You just pulling references out with no basis?
Yeah, pretty much.
That, David. Damn it, man. We're going to get you watching Prestige Television one of these days, David.
I mean, I've heard that phrase before.
Prestige Television?
Yeah.
No,
Talk about True Detective. It's good. It's really good, man. It's dark. And no, it's nothing like Outrun at all. Yeah. Can't outrun your demons. Not in True Detective.
How many Ferraris do they drive in True Detective?
They drive a Ferrari in every episode. That's what's so wild. Half of that show is just Woody Harrelson burning ass around Louisiana in a Ferrari. It's awesome.
I've not seen True Detective, so I don't know if you're fucking with us. Like, are there actually Ferraris in True Detective?
Go find out, David. Watch the show.
All right.
David, I also haven't seen it. I have no idea, and I'm just rolled with it.
I don't want to disappoint either of you guys, so go watch the show.
Okay.
Well, wait.
I will neither confirm nor deny that the Ferrari Testarossa is a sponsored vehicle for this HBO series, True Detective. Not going to say. What I am going to say, though, Outrun, specifically Outrun 2, pretty dope.
The Deuce.
Kind of want to play these games, man. I've been yearning for a game like this. You guys ever get that yearning?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Into like a bottle or a jug, usually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just yearning for like a certain vibe of game,
Just
certain era of gaming, like Outrun, especially Outrun 2. I feel like I've been vibing with this and kind of yearning for this lately. I kind of want to it's because I was talking last week. I was playing Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. It's nice being back in like GameCube graphics. Kind of want to get into Outrun 2 Xbox style and just kind of vibe with this, man. More games need to be, kind of coming out with that style from 20 years ago. Like I want to see this back, man. I was watching videos to prepare for the show. I'm like, I just miss these fonts and these colors and this like fucking just, at most 480p style. Like I want to fucking see this again, man.
God, remember when games had like different fonts and it wasn't all just like generic like metal tech font?
Yeah, or like when it was fonts that were like large and readable.
Yeah.
Like, man, that was one of the things honestly that stopped me for a while from getting into like the next generation of consoles after the PS2 and Xbox. I'm like, I played Dead Rising with somebody on 360. I'm like, the fuck does that say? Is that serious? They're forcing us to buy new TVs because they have small fonts. I can't tell what the next mission is. Motherfucker, I'm so old. And I was only 20 at the time. Ugh,
I ran into that because I was I forget what I was playing, but I was playing something on the Switch, but it was on the TV. It wasn't in handheld mode. And I had to like
could you?
get up and like stand in front of the TV, and my wife is like, "Oh, is something intense happening?" It's like, "No, I'm trying to read this mission." Like,
no, sweetie, I'm blind as a fucking bat. I'm sorry.
Do they remember those magnets? Not magnets. Those magnifying glasses you get for your Game Boy? Do they make those for TVs? That,
they're called glasses, John.
It's like a big.
You're wearing a pair right now.
Oh man! God damn it!
Yeah, Johnny, they're on your face. I've worn them the entire time I've known you.
Bamboozled again.
3 years, man. Yeah, but they should make them where you can focus at 2 different focal lengths. Oh wait, no, they already make those too. They should make them where they're a darker tint, so you can, drive and look at the sun and not squint too much.
What if they change?
They make those too.
What if they change depending if you were inside or outside? That sounds revolutionary.
See?
Yeah, and it would make you look really cool all the time.
Yeah.
You can just keep on one pair of these Game Boy Advance reader lenses.
Y'all are thinking like so small about like having to put something that you wear like that magnifies these fonts far away. What you need to do is like think big picture. What if you had these magnifying lenses, but they were small and circular, so you could actually put them on your eye and you don't have to wear any kind of outside peripheral?
That sounds.
That's fucking
painful.
sci-fi, man.
It sounds a little dangerous, David.
I'm not
like,
touching my eye.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you want a lens that makes contact with your eye? I don't like it, man.
We'll call it an internal magnifier.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Next, you're gonna want to shoot lasers in our eyes.
Yeah, that's some horror shit, man. Who are you, Eli Roth? Ugh.
I love how non-contact wearers are always so like weirded out by the idea of touching your eye. But as somebody I wore contacts for years, like I touch my eyes all the time. It's no big deal. Like you can just do it.
No.
Johnny, I love touching my eyes, and I've never worn glasses or contacts in my entire life.
I mean,
It's fun.
like, touching the actual eyeball.
Yeah, you want me to do it right now on camera? Yeah, I don't mind doing it.
do it.
Okay, like I have a thing about like stuff going in my eyes. So can we not?
Do you? Can we?
Okay,
I don't know. Can we, guys? I'm just gonna hold my fucking finger here for the rest of the night.
No, you'll poke your eye out.
Anyway, point is,
Outrun.
Outrun 2. I was watching videos of it and vibing with it, and it's got just that early 2000s quality to it that I want to see come in more things. I thought it was I thought the game that was going to kind of scratch that itch was going to be Hot Shot Racing. Bought that on Switch last year, and it, I don't know, just kind of let me down, but it kind of had that vibe. It had that like lo-fi, very colorful, very fast racing, but I don't know, the racing kind of left me out in the cold. I kept getting frustrated with it. Like, you could spin out somewhat easily and the computer would just win the race handily, which actually, now that I think about it, is a little bit like Outrun. Outrun, if you bump two things in Outrun, you're never making it all the way to the end. So, for Hot Shot Racing, if like you spin out and the computer just laps your ass, it's like, well, yeah, that's life, man. That's tough. So, maybe Outrun and maybe Hot Shot Racing is more like Outrun than I realized. But I don't know, man. I want this series back. I want like just a point-to-point racing game. Maybe multiple branching paths, maybe not. I don't know, man. It's just such a fun, like, simple thing to do, and I'm just like, where is my nice, colorful racing on kind of beautiful landscapes and just kind of vibing racing game, like, and that's kind of the thing that I dig about Outrun. It's not a racing game. It's time trial game. It's just a driving game. There's no opponents, so like I kind of like just the arcadey feel of it. That's
Yeah, didn't they even like? I seem to remember like the creator of Outrun like was being interviewed, and they said something about a racing game, and he stops like, no, it's a driving game, not a racing game.
And that's the other thing, though. They'd added online features to this, and like added opponents and things like that, and other modes, and like that's all well and good for this point in the series. But like at its core, I like that Outrun is just a get in the car and drive game. Like, get in the car, choose your tunes, fucking vibe out. Like that's what I'm talking about. Like I really I dig it.
It's like the driving version of Animal Crossing. You just catch some bugs, catch some fish, and just like relax for 20 minutes.
Well, that's the whole thing. I mean, with this one, it's not relaxing, and that's the other thing. I like the vibe that I like about it is that it's a white knuckle thrill ride where you're drifting a car in impossible situations. Like you gotta fucking you're kind of put the pedal to the metal in this game. There's nothing relaxed about it. The vistas are gorgeous and the music's great, and I like just the idea of getting in the car and driving 170 miles an hour away from where I am right now, and heading to the beach with with some woman in the passenger seat. Sounds great. It's a good vibe. It's a classic vibe, but nothing relaxed about it. It's just man, I want it. I was trying to think of like other racing games that I played around this time. Like, I played the shit out of like Burnout 3 back in the day. I played a lot of the Burnout games, similar kind of thing, just fun, arcadey, fast. And like, where the fuck did the Burnout series go? Like that series literally burnt out like over 10 years ago. They just don't make that shit anymore. Do they even still make a yearly Need for Speed game? Like, what happened to like kind of simple, fun, arcadey racers? Do I need to get an Xbox just to play Forza?
Yeah,
Forza's pretty good.
Is that going to scratch the itch? Like, because the things I've seen, and again, I don't really have an interest in owning a system in the Microsoft family of consoles, but like when I'm watching E3 and they're showing Forza games, I'm like, that looks fun. Like, I like it feels like with every new generation of consoles, at some point I try some new fun racer. Like back on the PS3, I thought it was going to be like MotorStorm. It turns out that game was just fine. But it's like Forza looks good, but I'm not buying the fucking system to play it on. That's the problem. Like,
there's a game Wreckfest you might like.
It sounds pretty good.
It's kind of a lot of demolition derby type things. There's some like demolition races. Like the first thing you do though is a demolition derby where you're all on lawnmowers. So, but then you get cars and stuff. It's pretty ridiculous and
That's dope.
kind of fun.
And I was trying to remember, there was one, I think it was like when I got the PS4, they had like a free-to-play game called like Drive Club, which, you know, it wasn't arcadey enough, but it was kind of fun as a showcase for like new PS4 graphics. And, you know, I just like I like to try these racing games, and, you know, I'm waiting for one to kind of scratch the similar itch that Outrun did. And that's the thing, I say all that without ever having played the fucking game. I just, you know, I miss games from this era, and I miss, you know, kind of just vibing with a cool racing game. And, you know, I feel like I haven't done that in a while, and I'd like to. I was just remembering they did a couple of years ago make basically the guys that made Burnout came together and started their own company and made a, you know, not Burnout game called Dangerous Driving. And I think I need to look that up because they basically, you know, it's like, hey, look, here's a new Burnout game. We can't say it though, but this is exactly what's happening here. Like, you know, you're scoring points for taking down your opponents. It's doing slow-mo replays when you do it. You know, but we can't say that it's Burnout. It's called dangerous driving.
We cannot call this Burnout, but we can say if you're feeling a little burned out on the lack of arcade racers, this game may be up your alley.
Right. If you've been wanting, you know, if you've been burned out by the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One not having the Burnout series on them, then maybe you should play Dangerous Driving. But again, that's, you know, that's a completely different vibe than Outrun. You know, I just I love it. I love the tunes. I love that every version of the game has remakes of the classic tunes. You know, fucking whatever they're called, Splash Wave, Passing Breeze, that other one. Shit, what is the other one? Magical Sound Shower, excuse me. Whew, almost lost it. Almost lost a lot of Outrun cred points. And this one, yeah, the radio, I've forced some people to love things via GTT radio, and my love for the Outrun 2 soundtrack, I think, has forced everybody to accept the weirdness of the song Life Was a Bore, which is definitely supposed to be a song sung from the perspective of the woman who's in the passenger seat of the car. As far as GTT radio is now concerned, it's a woman who wants to fuck that car. And we've discussed it at length. She really, really wants to fuck that car.
Room.
I'm saying, man. Like, she might make references to someone driving a car. No, she wants to fuck the car. Like, we've all been there. Life was a bore. Till you start fucking that Ferrari. And I was thinking also, seriously, it's not hard to make a new Outrun game today. The only things you need to change is that you are able to choose if you're driving as the man or the woman, and, you know, put them in a Ferrari. Like, just that's all you need to do to update this formula for today. Let you drive as a woman with a man or a woman in the passenger seat, or a man driving the car with a man or a woman in the passenger seat. That's all you need to be able to do. And that's all you got to do to update the series and make it seem really progressive for 2021. Fucking, yeah. You get to choose your couple along with your Ferrari. Boom, you're going. Let's have Outrun 3 already. Jeez, guys, it's been years. But, I mean, Sega still makes games. They're not like Konami. There is, you know, I'm not barking up the wrong tree. They could actually still potentially make a new Outrun game.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Not an Outrun slot machine.
I would play that, though.
I would too, John. Now that I say it out loud, that actually sounds really good.
You pull the lever, you get 3 Ferraris, you get the jackpot.
And just off to the races. Sounds good.
No, I was thinking you pull it and it's just 3 different vistas. Like, man, I'm driving through beach, city, and, oh God, volcano.
Hell yeah. That's what you got to do, man. Yeah,
David,
both good ideas. Let's get them over to Konami.
Dave, have you ever played a slot machine? You need things to match. Like, you're not going to win any money if you get 3 different things.
No,
I have played a slot machine, and that's why I got 3 different things.
Yeah. An Outrun slot machine, you only win by getting 5 different locations. If you repeat one of them, no, you've crashed and you're never going to make it to the end of the race. So that's the whole thing. You got to pull that lever, and it's like, all right, beach, forest, mountain, castle, mountain again. Oh, hell. But, yep, that's an idea for Konami, who does not make this series. but they should partner with Sega to make the slot machines. Let's have that. But in the meantime, much like Outrun, we just gotta keep on driving down that road, baby. Johnny, let's hit that drift. You and me. You're the woman in the front seat. Change the radio to the next song.
Game 4.
Gonna fuck this car, John.
I'm not fading it. Fuck you guys. I'm gonna let this play all the way through. What's going on?
So, this is the first ever game to receive a movie adaptation, both an animated, which was a Japanese exclusive release in 1986, and a live action film, which was released internationally in 1993. Johnny, you can fade this.
We're 20 seconds away from it ending.
John's face is indicating you can fade this.
It's gonna fade in like 10 seconds. There you go.
Who's got some answers? So, John and John both say Super Mario Brothers, and Jesse says Super Mario Brothers with a Goomba with a penis. Everyone is correct. This is the original Super Mario Brothers.
You know, when I first brought this game to the show on our very first episode, I understand John's rage. And now that it's been done to me, John, I get it. And I do want to apologize for not getting it the first time.
So, here's the thing.
I think we all got it.
These redo episodes allow us to revisit and rediscuss games. I went back and listened to our first episode. No one ever said a word about this game. It was just busting Johnny's balls.
Yes,
and
for good reason.
And, well, I feel like
David,
that's
pull
a
out your
shame.
balls.
They're already out.
Oh God! Give me Jesse. Give me my hammer.
There you go.
I feel like there is a trend where
Thank you.
people like in lists or videos or whatever talking about like video games. Anytime Super Mario Brothers gets brought up, they're like, whoever is discussing it's like, it's a classic. Everyone knows it. Everyone loves it. Moving on. Like no one actually talks about this game.
Yeah.
And I kind of wanted to because I feel like I don't want to say that people are underrating this game because they're not, but like people are under discussing this game. Like it's actually worth talking about, and I kind of wanted to with you guys.
Oh, okay.
Because it's when you think about it, like it's really impressive. There's a lot of NES games that were popular and influential that don't hold up, like the original Metroid, Castlevania 2, like in a lot of ways the first Zelda is very obscure with its hints and whatnot, but Super Mario Brothers is fucking 36 years old and you can still play it and enjoy it. Like,
oh yeah,
I don't want to say it's a perfect game. Like, I'm sure there are flaws to it, but like,
careful,
it's
David. If
great
you say something like that,
game.
if you say anything like it's a perfect game, it ends the discussion and we go to the calculated computer. If you say anything like that,
but I mean, like, if you seriously sit down and think about it, like the controls are so tight, the levels are so well designed, you can still enjoy this game today, even like how bare minimum it is. Like all of the worlds are the same fucking world, basically. Like graphically, sometimes it's at night, but it's still the same like grasslands over and over again. There's like 8 enemies in the game, and that's it. Like
they didn't even put grass in it. You're just running on bricks.
It's like they squeezed as much as they could out of not a lot, and it still holds up.
It is. Was this the first NES game to have like scrolling, right? Because I know NES games before tended to stay on just one screen, right? Like Donkey Kong, you're just looking at one screen.
Johnny, there were no NES games before it.
Oh, well, there you go.
So it depends on what order you bought your games in, or what pack-in game came with your system. But yes, this was the first NES game that had scrolling by virtue of being the first NES game.
What's funny though is like, you know how they made a bunch of like ports of this game, or they tried to at least, and like there's one for like the PC-88, and like it can't scroll.
Yeah.
So like you have to like jump and blindly like, and then the screen moves like in Zelda, how it like moves over, So if you don't make your jump right, you're just going to go in a hole because you didn't see where you're going. And that version is just so awful, the PC-88 version.
I had no idea they made that. That sounds awful.
Yeah, they called it Super Mario Brothers Special. And
special in what way?
Is that the one where they added like extra levels and power-ups?
Yes.
A few.
I was going to say, because I know there's like a version of the original game where you can get the hammer from Donkey Kong for some reason.
Is that the one where they
This one.
misplaced a bunch of levels?
That's
and
when
it
you
got
can
harder?
get the hammer.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't remember. There was that. I heard that there was that one Super Mario Brothers game where, like, a bunch of levels. They found a bunch of levels that they hadn't previously used, and they released it alongside the original game, and people realized that it was a lot harder and not that much fun.
But the original is a lot of fun.
Okay.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
I've been enjoying lately. There's a YouTuber called Cosmic who does lots of Mario ROM hacks. Like every Wednesday he plays some new Mario 1 ROM hack. And that's been a lot. I've learned a lot about the original Mario Brothers just from watching those, because he'll discuss like things they changed, like, oh well, they added this, and in the original Mario 1 you can't actually do this because of that, blah blah blah. And it's been pretty interesting. Like I've learned a lot of things that I don't really need to know about the original Super Mario Brothers. Like, did you know that if you hit a brick to knock a Koopa Troopa, or not to knock a Koopa, off, and he, flips upside down, goes in a shell, and then you kick him mid-air, you get 8,000 points for that. I have learned this recently, and
that's dope.
That's burnt my brain forever now.
Yeah. You should probably stop watching that channel, John.
I feel like that's the like infinite one-up trick where that sounds really cool and you get a nice reward for it, but it's a very, very... You don't get that opportunity often. Like, where is it where you can hit a Koopa from below and then be able to jump up to kick it mid-air? Like,
right.
It's a rare occurrence.
Yeah, man. It'd be a fucking highlight play, honestly. Like, you think about that in terms of like a soccer goal, like, volleyed goal out of the air. Like, you catch the ball in the air and kick it like that, catch the Koopa shell and kick it out, in midair. Yeah, that's dope. You should get 8,000 points for that. But no, that's a rare thing. Like, who even knew you could do that? Don't watch that channel anymore, John. It's teaching you needless knowledge. So, and I'm sorry. So it's actual Super Mario. Oh, he's got his headphones off.
I think he said it was Super Mario ROM
John
hacks.
eats shit.
What's up?
I was gonna ask, this channel you're watching, was it actual Super Mario 1 ROM hacks, or was it just like fan games made with Super Mario 1 sprites? Because I've played more of those than I think I would have played something called, something that you would qualify as a ROM hack.
No, they're actual ROM hacks, and he plays them
Not
on
interested.
the actual hardware. No.
No, thank you. Unsubscribe from that channel. Oh, jeez. No,
I can't wait to wake up tomorrow morning and watch a new video as I eat my cereal, like I do every Thursday morning.
Yep. Can't wait. Thank you for plugging someone else's channel on this show, John. Love that. They needed the bump. Definitely.
Someone else's channel who is not our current guest.
Yeah. So anyway, what color were Mario's overalls in Super Mario Brothers?
His overalls were red.
What color's his shirt?
Brown.
Blue?
What color's Luigi in Super Mario Brothers? I'm asking Johnny.
Oh. Super Mario Brothers, his overalls are white and his shirt is green?
Okay, just making sure. I'm trying to catch in, like, Mandela effect of forgetting that the colors were all wonky on this compared to how they were portrayed in the cartoons and things. White overalls for Luigi? Come on. After Labor Day?
I do remember it being very weird when you play as Luigi and get the Fire Flower that he still gets the white and red. Like, that always kind of throws me off.
I had forgotten about that too. Damn. I'm trying to think of things I love about the original Super Mario Brothers that aren't just talking in vagary about Super Mario Brothers. I love discovering all the secrets as a kid.
I missed the coin vines, like going up to the clouds and getting like all of the coins that were hidden up there.
Yeah, I kind of love doing that. That's what I was going to say. Like, I like, in the World 1-2, jumping on top of the level and running to the end and finding the warp zone. And I like discovering the hidden blocks with the coin vines in them and climbing up to the cloud world. I'm glad they brought some of that back in some of the more recent Mario Brothers, like 3D Land and 3D World. I feel like they did a good job of having little hidden bonus worlds and things where it's like, there's no challenge here. You just, run on these clouds and it's fun and colorful. Like, yeah, good. I like things with smiling faces on them, especially like clouds. Trying to think of things that I dig about this game. What was up with? Why is it that you could run on top of the clouds, but Lakitu could ride inside of a cloud?
I always wondered, like, why can you only do that on certain clouds?
Right.
Like, if you're on top of the bricks and you jump into a cloud, you just go right through it. But if you're up in the
Mhm.
sky, you just run along the clouds.
These were the things that I would also test as a child. Like, wait a minute, can I jump on that? No, I
How-
cannot.
How old were you when you realized that the clouds were just white bushes?
It took a while.
I would say late teens, early 20s is when I finally
I was
figured
going to
that
say,
out.
like, honestly, I think I first learned that in high school.
Yeah, that felt like a Game Pro trivia section kind of thing. Like, because seriously, I'm not looking that closely at all. Like,
I distinctly remember having that, like, what? That's ridiculous. Oh my God moment.
yeah,
Like,
wow, it is. Yeah, the game it is classically fun, man. Have any of you? Here's the real question: have any of you actually beaten it straight through? All 4 worlds, all 8 or all 4 levels, all 8 worlds.
No,
Have you ever
no
actually done
warps.
that? Yeah, no
I
warping.
don't think
Like
I ever
once.
have.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Never.
One time.
I don't remember where it is, but somewhere in the game, there's one of those just treacherous pits that is so long and it makes my butthole pucker every time I try to jump over it because it's like a long jump, one brick to land on, and then another long jump. And something about that as a kid, just I couldn't do it. And I had to use warps. I can't do the long leap of faith pits.
I remember there was one that I could never get past because it was a big gap, and right before it there's like a tiny one thing that you can go
Yeah.
on, and then there's a pipe.
Right,
And
so you
I-
can't really do a full run.
Well, what I found out when I was much older was you're supposed to stand on the pipe, run. That will put you onto the brick, and then you jump from there. It's like I was never able to do that as a kid, and somebody
No.
like I saw it in like a speed run or some video of a playthrough or something. It's like, oh my God, that's
Yeah.
how you do that.
That's probably exactly what I'm talking about. I just don't remember because it's been so long since I attempted to play through Super Mario Brothers the right way. Like, no. Now, if I play Super Mario Brothers, I am warping all the way, like doing everything I can to finish the game. I'm not speed running it, obviously, but yes, I'm doing everything I can to get to the end of the game and beat it in as little levels as possible. So,
Have you ever timed yourself, and what's your best time?
fuck no.
David?
I've never I've never timed myself for the original. I've beaten Mario 3 in about like 15 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Holy shit!
That's
I mean, it's possible. That's
that's
totally. I don't know. I think that's very good, David. I think I
That's
could also do that.
impressive.
yeah.
Because I think like the world record speed run is like 8 or 9 minutes, and I'm not
Right.
that good, but
No, of course not.
That's still pretty freaking
Gives
good.
you give you a little bit of leeway to get grabbed by one of those hands on the way through Bowser's World or whatever.
and I think
Oh, I hate
like,
that.
I usually would stop and get like a P-wing so I could just skip over like the airship. Like, oh yeah, fuck
gotta
that.
have it.
Yeah.
Gotta have it. That's how. You
But no,
do
I've never timed myself for the original.
The best I've done in the original is 6 minutes and 59 seconds.
Get the hell out of
Damn.
here, John.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
That's really good.
MLG in this bitch.
That's what I
Fuck.
spent most of my freshman year in college doing. Instead of going to classes, I was trying to see how quickly I could beat Super Mario Brothers 1.
Johnny, do you remember a time when you were like incredulous at having been kicked out of UF? Like,
No.
okay, because that was kind of maybe that was just a public feint that you put on. Like you seemed surprised and upset to have been kicked out of UF. But yeah, no, if you spent your freshman year speed running Super Mario Brothers and only hitting 6 minutes, yeah, you deserve to get kicked
I
out
was
of it.
upset. I wasn't surprised.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, that's what it was. But hey, at least you had the speed runs.
At least I had not. Well, so then I actually wrote to Guinness to see if I had a world record. And
This
they're
was
like,
back before you knew about the speedrunning websites.
yes. And they're like, we don't actually track that.
Yeah.
'cause
We're not wading into that fucking hornet's nest.
Yeah.
Good.
They absolutely do not track that. And also they're like, you can't just tell us you beat it in 6:59. Somebody has to watch
Right.
you do it.
Oh well, I'm never doing that again. So this phone call is over.
Bye, Guinness.
This incredibly expensive international call to Ireland.
God, Wow, Johnny. I is that a true story? You actually contacted us about that?
Yeah, I sent them an email.
Okay, email. I thought you wrote them a letter.
No.
Send them a self-addressed stamped envelope where they can send back your world record certificate if it just so happened that you broke the record.
And if not, that's some great recipes. Here's a great Guinness stew.
Oh, God.
Here's a free coaster.
Yep. Anyway, Super Mario Brothers. David, you're right to bring it back. There is more to say about it than how much John sucks. And yet we still managed to bring the discussion around to how John sucks and got kicked out of college when he was young. And 659, John, come on. That's terrible.
That's nowhere near a world record.
It sucks, John.
It is nowhere near. I definitely died at some point. It's not perfect.
Nailed this, right?
I would stop and get power-ups. World records don't do that.
Right, yeah. Check this. Oh, no. Not even close, huh? Oops. Good times, man. David, anything else on the Super Mario Brothers? I mean, I know some people like to call them the Mario Brothers. I think they should be called the Super Mario Brothers.
No, I'm glad we actually got a chance to discuss this game because it's a game worth discussing.
Would you say it's super?
I would say it's super.
Would you say it's superb?
I would say it's superb.
Would you give it some sort of video game related superlative?
It's super duper.
I'm just saying, it's easy. One of the greatest games of all time, David. You can assign it that fucking honorific. It's
okay.
It's not a big
deal.
Well,
I wasn't sure what you were fishing for.
I'm just using words that have the word super in them, and also saying that yes, this game it's Super Mario Brothers, David. It is one of the greatest games of all time, and your whole this should be discussed thing. Yes, of course, sure, yeah. But here we are, having discussed one of the greatest games of all time for entirely too long. Johnny, I think it's time to hit the super calculating computer.
Calculating computer activated. Computers, beeps, boops. Scoring complete. This game's winner is John Harrington.
Hell yeah, guys. What a show. What an easy cruising win for me, the Game That Tune champion and the encyclopedia of Game That Tune knowledge. It helps that I didn't need to cite things on this one David picked Super Mario Brothers. Man, when did we use that one? Oh, right. We famously used that in the first episode. I didn't have to really flex those knowledge muscles on this one, but good game, guys. Very good game. Excellent show. As far as the theme goes for next week's episode, how long has it been since we've done a year-based theme? I feel like we haven't done one of those in a little bit.
I mean, you're the encyclopedia, so
yeah,
I think last time we did a year was when Brundle Floss was on the show.
Yeah, we did the 1995 episode. That's right. So yeah, I think it's tough. Do you think we should just go with the nice round 20 years ago and do a 2001 theme, or have we kind of played that out and we should look 10 years back and do a nice 2011 theme? See, I feel like these whole year themes, I tend to go for these milestone type years. And we started this podcast so long ago that I would never have presumed to do a 5 years ago theme at some point in 2016. So I feel like 2011 might be the theme.
Yeah, I'm up for that.
I mean, you're the king. It's your
decision. And I'm trying to include you guys in the discussion. You guys want to talk 2011 games?
Yeah.
I'd like to talk 2011 games.
Okay, there it is. Next week, it's September, and we're talking about games from 2011. No way to shorten that theme into something. It's going to be 2011 games in September. And Don't you forget it. So that's their show tonight, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks to everybody watching live with us. We're live every Wednesday night. We're on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Search for Game That Tune. We're in your podcast devices on Tuesday mornings at GameThatTune.com or anywhere you get your podcast. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys rate, review, subscribe. Listen to our show and no other shows about video game music. Thanks to everybody checking out Patreon. Patreon.com/GameThatTune. It's the home for awesome exclusives. We've got mixtapes. We've got Covered Up. We've got Game That Tune gems. We're going to do some movie commentaries again real soon. I think we might get one going next week, fellas. I think we should have that, lest we forget. And you help us keep the lights on at the 24/7 video game music live stream at twitch.tv/GTT radio. So we really love you guys for supporting us at Patreon. Shout out to the absurd fans on Patreon: Alex Messenger, Lance Revere, Damian Beckles, Bradford Stevens, Daniel Perky, Taylor Wise, Sam L, Mork, Tasty, Grimmery, Phoenix Year 2121, and Unsettled Zebra. Just a fantastic group of patrons we got there at patreon.com/GameThatTune. No request tonight because it was a redo episode, and we usually don't do a request on those. And true to form, we did not. But you can make requests via our Discord server. Check out our website, or hit us up on the radio. Find that Discord link. Join us in there. Chat with us. Make requests. Or you can hit us up GameThatTune@gmail.com, or you can find us on Twitter at GameThatTune, or find us individually on Twitter. I am there at JGangsta187. You can find John Regan on Twitter at
JPReganJR.
You can find Jesse Moore on Twitter at
Sega_legend.
And you can find David Fleming on Twitter at
DFD Fleming.
All right, guys. Anybody that was listening to the show tonight or has listened to the radio since we've started it should know what my bonus tunes are going to be. Guys, she really wanted to fuck that car. And quite frankly, life was a bore until she started fucking that car. So we love you guys. We're going home with Life Was a Bore from Outrun 2. Just one of my favorite jams. And we'll see you next week, guys. Peace out, everybody.
Days were dull, nothing new, nowhere to go. I had more than a girl could wish for, but still something was missing. What? I didn't know. That's when I saw him. So smooth, so carefree. He was real, I thought. He could make me real. When I saw you, when you were cruising in your car, well, I was down, I was lost and insecure. It's magical, he found me, summer breeze bringing a change of fate. He came by to ask me for a ride.
That goes on for like 4 more minutes, guys. She really wants to fuck that car. Sonic Colors is copyright 2010 Sega Games Company Limited. Zone of the Enders is copyright 2002 Konami Computer Entertainment Limited. Outrun 2 is copyright 2003 Sega Games Company Limited. Super Mario Brothers is copyright 1986 Nintendo of America Incorporated.